Hey, what's up guys? Jay here with Solo Joe. Welcome to the channel if you're new. Today I'm putting on my Bob the Deck Builder hat for the Swordsoul 2023 November format. Not a whole lot has changed. We have messed with some ratios again. Pretty standard overall. Based off your guys' feedback in the comments, we've kind of developed this list just by hearing about ratios from you guys and then me testing on the side as well. So I feel like we have a pretty solid list here just for standard Swordsoul Tenyi. Maybe some different spicy ratios with the Tenyis and some different choices for hand traps and some reasoning behind it. But other than that, pretty solid list. It's going to get you there for sure. All right, guys, before we get into it, like the video, subscribe, answer the question of the day to qualify for the monthly giveaway. Let's go with, what is your favorite worm archetype of all time? There's actually quite a few out there, so give me your favorite worm archetype. You know mine, it's definitely Swordsoul. So, and then check out the links in the description below. We have the channel memberships and Patreon. That helps with the monthly giveaways. Also, it helps with us doing what we do here. And then also lets you guys get some additional perks, like having your name in the description, in the video, getting more chances to win giveaways, and then getting into our Discord. All right, guys, let's get straight into it. Swordsoul Tenyi, let's go. Moi, the best girl, she's still at 3. Never play less of her. Long one, you gotta play him at 3. He's your extender, he's your level 10. Taya at 2, very standard. Someone told me a couple profiles ago that 1 was standard. I beg to differ. I think 2 is just right. I think 1's not enough, especially in a deck like this. And then also 3 is just too much. 3 Ecclesia, one of the best cards in this deck. Going second, it's just like a free way of going into Moi or Taya. Mergence, that's just going to be your additional name of all these. Super big consistency card. I can see Konami hitting it if they want to hit this deck, because no deck should have 3 rotas that's this good. Because even just generic decks like Sky Strikers, right, they only have 1 rota, right? The actual rota. Imagine your deck just having 3. Blackout Insane, it's a modern day Icarus attack that actually, it's a power crept Icarus attack that's searchable. That's insane. So this deck has a very solid engine, solid core, and it's been that way for a while. We haven't been hit on the ban list. We've only had indirect hits since inception, like Protos, like Desires going down to 1 at one point in time. But here we go. The Tenyis, we got 3 Ashina. The best one, of course, because it's going to allow you to special from deck. And then you just need any combination of these. Any combination of these will get you there for level 8. So we got 2 Vishuddha and 2 Adhara. You don't really need to play 3 Vishuddha. I know a lot of people like to see it, but trust me, you will see it 1 Shatana because we're playing 2 Vessel. Vessel is essentially a name for any of these 2. By the way, if you didn't know, that's just how I think about it. That way I don't have to be as cloggy with the Vishuddhas. I definitely want to see Ashina, so I'll play 5 Ashina if I have to. But Ashina is the only one I'll play 3 of. So we're playing Shatana, and they're playing 2 Circle. For me, this ratio has been the standard ratio for me a while. If I'm playing a going second variant, I will play 3 Vishuddha just because I'm prioritizing outing their board. But main deck, this is what I want. This is very balanced for me. This is what's worked out over time. At one point, I used to play 3 Vessel and no Circle, no Shatana. But even then, I see the value of Shatana, being able to dodge hand traps, having follow-up with Circle. Just very good cards. Alright, that's it for the Tenyis. And then here is the major change we made this month. We cut Desires. I don't know how I feel about it yet, but I do know that I'm liking the extra hand traps. So we got 3 Ash, 2 Ogre, 2 Veiler, 3 Nibiru, and 3 Imperm. And this rounds off a solid 40 card list. So if you guys aren't familiar with the hand trap tuners, like how versatile they are, how good they are, I'll just go over it real quick. Not only do they serve the effect of being a hand trap, which as you guys know is just really good for the deck, they also are tuners, right? So we play the Tenyis, so the level 7 Tenyis. Worst case, if you draw these and you can't really do anything, like if you draw any of these with any one of these with any one of these 2 right here, that's a Baron. You just special summon this out, normal summon your hand trap, then you have a Baron, you have a pop, you have a negate, you keep going. You have something at least. I like the flexibility of them. Also, if you have a Chichao, level 8, Chichao plus these 2 equals Psychic and Punisher, you can go for game. So you have to remember that. This allows for a lot of more scenarios that can be fulfilled by playing the hand trap tuners. We only want to play Ash at 3 because it's the best one, right? The best generically good one. But you can switch between this and Ghost Spell based off the format. I like actual removal. I think Ghost Ogre is pretty good. But you can play Ghost Spell as well. Or you don't even have to play it. You can play another Veiler. You can play something else. You can play 2 Desires instead. That's not a bad choice. Cut Ghost Ogre. The reason why I like Veiler though is because it's a negate, which I'm more of a fan of than removal sometimes when it comes to on the field. That's why I like this one. But in the graveyard, I like Ghost Ogre, just getting off the field. I like field interaction more than graveyard, let's put it that way. But yeah, level 10 Synchro plus Veiler equals Psyche and Punisher, so that's always good to remember as well. And then Nibiru, obviously it's great for the format. And then Imperm, I really don't underestimate the value of this, just because it plays around cards like Triple Tactics Talents and Triple Tactics Thrust, which is really prominent right now as they're both mana cards and have been for a while. And then, you know, of course its ability to negate columns is good too. Overall, having, what was that, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 hand traps is just, it feels really nice. So without further ado, we'll get on to the extra deck. This is what you guys really helped me with as far as getting the ratios that were acceptable by the YouTube comments. Won't get roasted for having improper ratios. The only thing I refuse to give up a Psyche and Punisher, but everything else is what you guys put me on. They're all pretty standard regardless, but I wasn't playing Shaman for a while or Chow Fang, and then I was told I was wrong, and I can concede that. I think that they're good cards to have in the extra deck. So we're playing 2 Monk, a Shaman, 1 Yazi, 2 Chi-Chow, super standard on that, 2 Baxia, super standard. It's not once per turn, which is really good. 1 Draco, Berserker, you have to have that additional level 8 in case you're optional locked, as well as it's just a good card. It can go for game, can attack over. Dragite, super good if you're going to be able to put up a board of Chi-Chow, Baron, and Dragite. It's going to give you 1 Monster Negate, 1 Spell Trap Negate, 1 Omni Negate, which is pretty hard to get around, especially with a Blackout. Holy crap, it's kind of game. And then 1 Chow Fang, super sacky for the Exorcisters, Purelease, matchups like that. Nibiru helps you play around a lot. It's just kind of an OTK against some decks. And then Chow Fang and Sinister, Sovereign, Q-Ching, Long One. Got your generic level 10s for the Sword Souls. Get the Baron de Fleur and the Psyche and Punisher. You gotta play the Baron. I know it's an expensive card, but you have to play it. If you really just can't play it, oh my god, the deck is just going to be hindered quite a bit. Unfortunately, Baron de Fleur is the unofficial Sword Soul, because having a pop and a negate is just really good. But I guess you can just play something else. You don't really need to play multiples of these. You can just pick something, play a 3rd Monk if you're loading up on more Tenyis. Or there's other cards out there. There's the Ice Jade level 10 Synchro. There's some other stuff, and then Psyche and Punisher. Like I said, this is just something I will never take out personally. Another way to get it out, other than the ways I mentioned it, is to have a level 4 Sword Soul token plus the level 7 Tenyis. That makes level 11 as well, and that'll happen oftentimes if they do stuff like Ghost Ogre. Imagine they Ghost Ogre your Moyi and the token's stuck on the field. Well, what do they say about the tokens, right? They say that while it's face up on the field, you can't do anything other than Synchro Summon. So you can't even Link Summon. You have to Synchro Summon. So if you have a level 7 Tenyi, you can go into Psyche and Punisher. And the great thing about that situation, the reason why we play Vessel also, is because you can Vessel while you have that token to add the level 7 Tenyi, so it's searchable as well. But that's it, guys. That's all I have for this month's edition of Swordsoul Tenyi. If you have any questions, let me know down below. If you have any comments, suggestions, just shoot them to me and we'll see what we can do. It's one of my favorite decks of all time. It's my favorite modern deck for sure. Such a fun deck. Hoping to get support here soon, and we'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace out.